So one of the really great things about using AI technology is its ability to create content, and that can be really rich and engaging content. It can be very formal. So therefore, it's got lots of use cases across the organization, whether that's creating sales proposals, whether that's looking at operational policies. But ultimately, everybody within your organization can see the benefit of AI in terms of what it's doing to enhance your written output. So when we think about what that content looks like, a great example would be in marketing, creating some really engaging sales material, for example. So in our industry, what we're looking at is IT support. We have a product called IT Business Care, and we create marketing content around that. So, but we've got an issue, right? We've got something we need to consider when we start to use AI. And that's ultimately that product of IT Business Care has been around for a number of years, 5, 6, 7 years, even longer. And ultimately, that product has evolved over the years. Now, if we look at Copilot as an AI option, that is learning from all of the information that we store in our Office 365 environment. And of course, the information up there is many, many years old. So when I start to ask Copilot questions around our IT Business Care product, or to create me a marketing flyer around IT Business Care, the sources of information could be how business care looks today. It could also be how business care looked 10 years ago, potentially. So how does it know which data to come back with? And is that information that it comes back with going to be accurate and correct? Now, that's fairly easy to trap inside your own organization, because of course you'll read it and go, well, we don't do that anymore, but we definitely do that, and it's missed out this bit of information. Well, another way of doing it would be to sort of look at archiving policies and getting rid of some of, or moving away, should we say, some of those older sales collateral information around the older versions of IT Business Care that we used to deliver. So manageable within your own organization, but needs some consideration. However, if you think about that a bit further on, what happens if we've got downloaded into our cloud environment, we've got sales collateral and brochures from some of our competitors? So they will probably be talking about a similar sort of thing, IT support, SLAs, response times, etc. How does it know when it starts to read all of the information in our environment? What happens if it starts to grab terminology, starts to grab words and bits and pieces from some of our competitors' sales material? Are we now in a little bit of a legal tight spot? Because potentially we could be infringing copyright by copying or taking or using that data. Of course, we haven't manually gone to that competitor's sales proposal and copied something out, but Copilot's sort of done that for us, and we don't really know if Copilot did that itself or whether or not that came from a document. So we need to be really careful about limiting Copilot's exposure, or limiting AI's ability to read all of the data within our organization. So we are digging into this in more detail. We've got a webinar in March, which I encourage you to come and join us, where we'll be explaining more about making sure that you utilize Copilot, you make the most of its outcome, but you do it in a responsible way, and you think about the data and some of the steps you need to go through before you press the go button.